Alright, let's go through this standard form homework right here. It says right here, find the values of a, b, and c for the following equations, right? You have to answer every question completely. You got to show work when it's appropriate. So let's get to it. So a is the coefficient of x. So that's just 8. B is the coefficient of y. That's negative 1 right here. Negative y means negative 1 is b. C is 0. Yeah, alright. So y equals 0 is a little tricky because, well, y equals 0. Well, that's a horizontal line. Or y equals 7 is a horizontal line. So a is 0, b is 1, and c is 7. Do you see? That would be the same as 0x plus 1y equals 7. Kind of a tricky one. So here, a is 1, b is 4, and c is, of course, 51. Last one's the easiest, I think. 3, 2, and 8. No problems. Alright, now here's where it gets a little tricky. We're going to have to figure out what are all these things right here. Now, if you remember, slope for one of these, for standard form, slope is always negative a over b. The x-intercept is c over a, and the y-intercept is c over b. Right? So that's our shortcut. We learned that earlier. So anyway, to get this into slope-intercept form, we have to subtract. So we would subtract 5x from both sides. So we get 2y equals negative 5x minus 6. And then we'd have to divide by 2. So y equals negative 5 over 2x minus 3. So it looks like our slope, we can tell it right here, is negative 5 over 2. Let's see if that works for here. So negative a over b. Yep, 5 over 2, 5 over 2, that's consistent. We already know that our y-intercept here is negative 3. Make sure you write it as an intercept. So that would be c, negative 6 over b, which is 2. Negative 6 over 2 is 3. We also see that here. So I'm feeling fairly confident that we are correct. Now our x-intercept, it's kind of hard to find an x-intercept from here, but from here it's pretty easy. C, which is negative 6 over a, which is 5. There we go. And I think since all the other parts are right, I'd be very confident that that part is right. Alright. So this one, in slope-intercept form, first you're going to subtract x, so you're going to get 4y equals x plus 51, negative x plus 51, divide everything by 4. So you're going to get y equals negative 1/4 x plus 51 over 4. Running out of room there. That's pretty ugly, isn't it? Alright. Let's fix it. Y equals negative 1/4 x plus 51 over 4. There we go. Our slope, negative 1/4. Our x-intercept, we can see, is 51, 0. Our y-intercept is 51 over 4. You can say all that here too, because if you put a 0 for x, solve for y, you divide both sides by 4. There we go. Okay. Last one, second to last one that's in standard form. Let's do this one right here. So if we take this one right here and we solve it for y, well, first step we're going to get 9y equals 3x plus 12. So then we're going to have to divide everything by 9. So we're going to get y equals 3 over 9 is 1/3. And then that's a negative because we had to subtract it, right? And then 9 over 12 is 4 over 3. So there we go. So we've got right here, we've got that our y-intercept is 4 over 3. We can tell from here that our x-intercept is 4, because remember, it's c over a. c over a is 12 over 3. And our slope, negative 1/3. So negative 9 divided by 3, or sorry, 3 divided by 9, 1/3. No problems. Alright, now let's do this one right here. Here we can tell right away that our slope is 1/4. We can tell that our y-intercept, right? Slope-intercept form. Let's take care of what's easy. Let's do slope first. Let's do our y-intercept, and then let's change it into standard form. And from standard form, let's find the x-intercept. So when we change it to standard form, we know we've got to move that to the other side, right? So we're going to have negative 1/4 x plus y is equal to 11 over 12. So we're going to have to multiply all of that by negative 4. right? So we're going to get x minus 4y. Now look, 4 times 11 over 12. First of all, negative times positive is negative, so no problem there. It's 22. All right? So then our x-intercept is negative 22, 0. There we go. Same thing on this one. Let's find our slope first, 1/7. Our y-intercept next. Done. Now let's change it into standard form before we find our x-intercept. So we have to move that to the other side. So we're going to get 1/7 x, and it's negative, plus y is equal to negative 1. We're going to multiply everything times negative 7, just like we did here. So when I multiply 1/7 times 7 and a negative, of course I get plus 1. And then negative 7 times 1 is negative 7, and then negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7. Right? So our x-intercept, 7. Boom, done. Man, alright. So now, this one's a little bit trickier. If you look, we have a slope and we have a y-intercept. So I think this would be the easiest thing to do because the slope goes there, the y-intercept goes there, so I think it's going to be just like this. Done. And if you switch that to the other side, you're going to get 3x, plus y equals 5. So then 3x minus y equals negative 5. That's our answer right there. A is positive. Alright, so now from here, let's find our x-intercept. It's negative 5 over 3. Done. Alright, almost finished up. This one's a little trickier. We do have our y-intercept and our x-intercept. We have 2 points, so from 2 points we have to find the slope. Yeah, so let's do the slope formula right here. So negative 5 minus 0, 0 minus 2, that's 5 over 2, it's positive. So that makes sense? Yeah, it does, because we're going to be like this. So negative, so 5 over 2 is our slope. So now we've got y equals 5 over 2, x minus 5. And so if we change this into, let's do it right here. We have 5 over 2x minus 5. So let's change it. So we're going to move this to the other side, right? Now we have to multiply everything, both sides, by negative 2. So those 2's reduce, right? So that's going to give us, oh, I didn't plan this very well. Okay. 5x minus 2y equals 10. Alright, last one. So from here, we have to get all this stuff right here. So we know that our slope is the opposite of that divided by that. So it's negative 7 over negative 2, which is 7 over 2, right? Remember, it's negative a over b, so opposite of that divided by that. Done. C over a is our x-intercept, so negative 6 over 7. And then C over b, so negative 6 over negative 2, which is positive 3. So now, I'm not even going to do the math, I'm just going to use my clues right here. There we go. Last one, we have to graph this right here. So I would graph it from, oh man, this one's kind of tricky because you see, when I reduce by 4, they don't quite work. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the y-intercept and I'm going to find the slope. The y-intercept is negative 6 over negative 6, which is 1. Right? Now the slope is negative a over b, so that's negative 4 over negative 6, which is a positive 2/3. So you go up 1, up 2, over 1. Let me do that again. Up 1, up 2, over 1, 2, 3. You do it again. Up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then, oh man, I don't think I have a ruler. I don't have, oh, there we go. To the rescue, protractor.